Guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. My name is Elle and today we are going to be talking about the Black Widow movie. So yeah, hopefully everyone has watched this movie by now because I really want to have a discussion because I have thoughts and I know that the rest of the world has thoughts as well. I also have a friend called Gilbert. He has a blog and he wrote about the movie, so here's the blog and I will leave it down below so you can go check it out. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm gonna give a spoiler-free version of the movie for those who haven't seen it yet. So I'm just gonna read for you what the internet describes, like the synopsis. So Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow, confronts the darker parts of her ledger when a dangerous conspiracy with ties to her past arises. Pursued by a force that will stop at nothing to bring her down, Natasha must deal with her history as a spy and the broken relationships left in her wake long before she became an Avenger. So basically, it's an origin story. Kind of. You know what I mean? Like, it gave me origin story vibes right off the bat. I feel like if you are my friend, you know that I do not enjoy Scarlett Johansson as a person because she is quite problematic, but this is not the video for that. So I'm going to put my feelings for her aside as I explain to you my feelings about this movie. The first thing that didn't sit right with me was the director and how the director was recruited. That was a red flag for me. Like, before I watch most big blockbuster movies, I don't do any research about it, but so by that time I had no idea who was directing the movie. I think I only watched one trailer, the first one, and I just don't like to keep, I don't want to build my expectations too high. I like going in feeling like very neutral because I know that when it's a huge blockbuster movie with so much on the line, everyone has opinions, everyone is saying what they feel, everyone is giving their 2 cents and their suspicions, so I was very much not trying to do that. I had a strong feeling that because when I checked her filmography, is it a filmography? When I checked her filmography, I had noticed that she hasn't really had that much experience with blockbusters or any movie that could be perceived as a blockbuster. She's very Cannes. She's very, what is it, indie film, very, artistic type. Like, she's a great director in her own right, but at the end of the day, just because you're a director doesn't mean that you can do everything. I mean, everyone has, their genres that they're comfortable with, and I feel like it just didn't make sense to me. So when I went, I had to go and research. I went to research and I found that Scarlett Johansson really wanted this woman to direct the movie because she was a fan. The woman, God bless her, she refused. I think she refused multiple times until Scarlett actually infiltrated her life and inserted herself and became her friend. She explains this herself. She said that it was kind of like a courting process where Scarlett, became her friend, showed respect to her and her family, and she kind of like felt like she didn't bring up directing Black Widow while she was in this courtship stage with her, and she eventually managed to convince her after a couple of Zoom calls or whatever. Scarlett finally managed to convince the director to direct the movie, and she agreed only because she felt like Scarlett was such a great person, so genuine, so sweet. But guys, she's an actress. But anyway, so I didn't know who was directing this movie, and yeah, eventually I discovered, and my suspicions after watching the movie really came to light. And the director actually explained that she did not want to make it a dark movie, which is fine. Marvel, we're fine with camp, it's cute or whatever. But at the end of the day, I feel like Natasha is an assassin. She was practically, I want to say, human trafficked. I don't know. I feel like she wanted to, focus on that specific aspect of her life that the movie focuses on. As you can tell from my need to go and research the director, you can tell that I was very unsatisfied with the movie, the end product. It was by no means awful. It was not bad. It just felt very mediocre. For me, it didn't, the vibes, I didn't understand what they were trying to do. Like, they're trying to be serious, but they're also trying to be funny. A lot of the jokes fell flat. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they were trying to achieve. But yeah, I'm going to get into the spoilers right now. So let's go step by step. I like the way the movie started. It was very interesting to see, Natasha as a child, even though I do not understand why she had blue hair, because my understanding of back in the day, I guess that was when was that? Was that the 90s? I don't know. But yeah. Back in the day, I don't know which parent is allowing their child to dye their hair blue, but that's besides the point. It just didn't feel very real to me. But anyway, yeah, Natasha is there with her, family, and they seem happy or whatever, and eventually they're made by SHIELD and the American government, and they have to flee, because they've been made and they can't continue their mission. So their mom gets shot, it's hectic, we're crying, so because if you're watching the spoiler section, I really hope that you have already watched the movie. But for those of you that haven't, yeah. So they escape America and go back to, I want to say, their boss. I don't remember which country it was exactly. I think they were in South America somewhere. I can't remember. But that's where they're separated. The mom is taken. The mom, because they are not really related, any of them. So the mom is taken away, and the dad is telling Natasha and her little sister that you have to be strong, you have to be there for each other, I'm gonna make sure that you're fine or whatever. So the dad is talking to their boss, and the kids are whisked away, they're put in a container. Human trafficking. That aspect of the movie, I found it quite interesting. And then we fast forward to Natasha, soon after the events of Civil War, where everybody was a fugitive, everyone is divided, the Avengers are not friends, they've all picked their sides. And the Hulk's father-in-law is chasing after Natasha. I guess they were just trying to tie in the Univi. But I didn't really care for that Easter egg, to be honest, because I feel like the Hulk movies have been a source of disappointment, and when there was a spark of hope, everything just fell apart. So for me, the Hulk movies are a source of distress and dissatisfaction. So I was very irritated that they were disrespecting me by rubbing it in my face. But yes, so the Hulk's father-in-law was there chasing after Natasha, and she eventually goes to one of her safe houses where there's this guy who we've never seen in our lives, but he's Natasha's fixer. He sorts her out, he gets her what she needs, and he's there. I think he provided her this trailer, and they flirt a bit, which is very awkward for me, because I'm like, who is this man? Did you just throw in this black because you realized that there was no black for diversity? What is this? Is he necessary for the for the progression of this story? And I was just like, anyway, let me not be that person, let me just watch this movie. And so yeah, the guy is there, he leaves her with the safe trailer, and there she discovers that she had a parcel from her sister. So back in the movie, it's just very awkward to me. Okay, it's very awkward to me that she found this parcel in the first place, because first of all, how this parcel was being received was her sister was on a mission to assassinate someone. She and her other widows, because they are called the widows, because Black Widow. So her and the widows are sent to assassinate this woman, and Natasha's sister, she goes and she stabs the lady. She does her job, and then the lady in her last breath just this magical red dust and removes her from this trance of being mind controlled. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, okay, it's very interesting. I had no idea that they were under this severe mind control. And then she's like, oh my god, are you okay? And then she's like, yeah, I'm not okay, I'm going to die. But like, can you please take this thing and free the other widows? And then she dies. So I don't know if I looked away from the screen, if I didn't read properly the letter that was sent to Natasha. I have no idea how Natasha was in possession of the vial that contained the magical red dust particles that free widows from their mind control. I don't know, and I didn't care to rewind. So I was just like, okay, she has this thing. And I don't want to like start telling you the entire story, but from there things just get so ridiculous to me, because first of all, I don't know why there were 3 consecutive ass shots in the first, I wanna say 15 minutes of the movie. I don't understand why there were so many. And it was just a slow motion, Natasha holding something, walking to somewhere, and it's just her ass in frame. And I'm just like, why? I mean, why? Is that, I don't know, maybe I don't like butts? I don't know. It was just weird. After that, I was just like, why is this thing here? Why does she have this thing? And then all of a sudden, Natasha needs to go buy fuel for her genset, and she is attacked. And you guys, this explosion, which was caused by Taskmaster, who is a source of so many people's dismay. For me, it's not that bad because I never really read any comic book with Taskmaster, so I didn't really feel betrayed or destroyed by the fact that they made it such a ridiculous, stupid plot twist for who Taskmaster was. It's just so stupid to me, but like, I can imagine how heartbroken the people who are invested, who Taskmaster is people's favorite, I can imagine how devastated they were. And no, it's not because Taskmaster turned out to be a woman. The character, like, is just bad. Like, it's just awful. Like, they should have just gone with another direction. So that attack for Taskmaster that blew up Natasha's car, I did not understand how she got out of that unscathed. Well, she was scathed, but I don't know, it wasn't enough. Like, seriously, let's be real. Like, maybe if she was just, made to swerve off the road or her tires burst, but the car was blown up. And Natasha is a human being who is just really trained really well to be able to fight, and she's so good at what she does, and her main skill is manipulation. I don't understand how she has super durability, as we'll see is the theme throughout this entire movie. I didn't understand. I know Marvel, we want to see, we see the heroes getting beaten up and but most of them are superhuman, or they've got some sort of armor, so it makes sense. But Natasha was just wearing clothes going to the gas station, so I don't know what that means. And going forward, the next thing that I didn't understand was where she went to her safe house after she realized she was in danger, because obviously Taskmaster is finna destroy her for reasons unknown to Natasha, but she has a feeling it's related to that red dust. So she goes to her safe house, and at her safe house, her own safe house that belongs to her, her sister is there, and her sister is like, don't come any closer, I know that you're out there. And then they start fighting. I don't understand why they were fighting. Maybe again I looked away from, the screen and didn't understand what happened for those 3 seconds that I looked away, because I don't understand why they were fighting, because Natasha's sister is the one that sent Natasha the vials of the red dust, and it just doesn't make sense to me why she would need to fight her when she knows Natasha. She knows they're on TV, like Avengers, they have PR, they are everywhere, they're everywhere in the universe, they're everywhere, So I don't understand. And throughout the movie, she makes comments on how she sees her sister on TV doing all sorts of performative heroic things. Like she even makes fun of her signature pose, which was really cute. I mean Natasha's sister, for the most part of the movie, I enjoyed her. I just didn't understand her thought process for attacking Natasha, because they didn't even make it seem like it was a vendetta. It just seemed like, I don't trust you and I also don't trust you, let's fight. And it was just so dramatic, and I'm just like, I'm enjoying this action, but why is it here? You know what I mean? So yeah, that part was very confusing for me. And another part that was very confusing for me was, I just don't understand why. Like, I'm fast forwarding. I didn't mind the whole prison break situation. That was fine. I just didn't get how, especially the adults, especially the man, what's his name? Red Guardian. Yes. So I did, especially the Red Guardian. I didn't get why. I feel like when they a family for like 2 months, I can't even remember, like 2 months, but I feel like if they were going to, especially the adults who are trained to not give a damn, I really feel like it just didn't make sense that such strong familial bonds could be created in such a short period of time. Like, I don't understand. Like, I get, especially the youngest, like the little sister, what was her name? I can't keep saying the little sister. Yelena. Yeah, sorry. So the little sister, aka Yelena, like, she was so small, and with the amount of brainwashing that went on, you'd think that she wouldn't remember, her time with them. I think she was like 4. She was so little. Like, I get Natasha, but like, anyway, I guess it kind of made sense, because you're going most of your life, all you can do is hold on to that little blimp in time when you were happy and everything seemed normal and you had a normal life, than the rest of your life that was filled with all sorts of horrible things that happened to you. So yeah, it's just, but I just wish that they had said maybe they were there for like a year, and then they got, because a year is a long time for you to feel safe in your space, feel like you're like, to really sink into it and be safe, and let your mental illnesses quiet down a little bit before your guards come up and mess up everything for yourself. I mean, it is what it is. I really did enjoy the characters themselves. Yelena, Iron Maiden, and Red Guardian. They were nice. I think their personalities were very chill, very enjoyable. It was very bizarre to see Natasha so subdued, so childlike with her interactions with them, especially when they were at the dinner table as a family again, where they were reunited. It was just very bizarre. I don't know, because I feel like we know she's very serious. We know that she is very but I guess it could be that she could have regressed. We don't know the complexities of the mind, why people behave the way that they behave. Like, it could be so many reasons why, or maybe it was just the director's choice so that she feels more human and like she has more depth to her. Like, it was weird. Another thing that I didn't get was how she was beating herself up. Like, I get it. Like, she's changed. She's no longer this assassin who is wicked and she just wants to get the job done. Like, I understand that, but of all the things she's done to people, I'm sure that's not the only time children, perished at her hands. So, because let's even think about all these things, like Sarkovia. Like, the place was literally falling apart. Obviously, there was collateral damage there. So many innocents probably perished. And it's just like, okay, Natasha, why does this one thing give you so much grief, but then yet again you're talking about it like you're strong or whatever? Because I think with the growth that Natasha has experienced over the years as an Avenger, I feel like she wouldn't have spoken so carelessly about, ending a child's life as collateral damage. It just seemed very out of character. I don't know, maybe I don't know her well enough, especially when she was talking to Yelena. It's like, there's no need to pretend, that you're okay, It's just, it was just weird. Like, yeah, it was collateral damage, but it was for a greater good. I killed the boss, it's fine, and it's just like, but did you? Like, clearly, like, it's just, like, do you not mind? Like, it was just very weird to me. She's a hero now, so it didn't make sense to me why she was so careless about it. Oh, let's get back to the fact that Natasha is durable, because that bitch fell God knows how many stories, hitting her way down every single iron beam all the way to the ground. And I did not understand how she did not get her neck broken, her spine. She was perfectly fine, and it just seemed it's ridiculous. Like, we want to see action, we want to see crazy things, but it was just so ridiculous to me how she survived that and escaped. Like, she should have had, at the very least, like, a huge ass bruise on her face throughout the movie. She should have had broken ribs, broken leg. She could have literally been decapitated with the way her head hit the, But anyway, it's just something that we have to deal with, I guess. But that was it took me personally out of the believability of the movie. I know I'm watching a superhero movie, it's not supposed to be realistic, but I feel like there's a way to make fantastical things seem real. Like, tell me she's wearing a suit or something that helps absorb the shock of the what. Lie to me, I will take the lies, but not where you're just disrespecting me and expecting me to fill in the blanks for myself. I think that's very disrespectful. I also don't understand how they did not even bother to explain to us how that the main bad guy, I don't think I remember his name, the main bad guy and his daughter survived that explosion. It was absolutely insane to me. Absolutely insane. Maybe again I looked away and I didn't pay attention and I didn't bother to read up about it. But like, I just don't understand. I genuinely don't understand. Like, make it believable. Like, let him be deformed. Let him have backup clones somewhere in a lab that activate upon the main one's death and his consciousness. Don't lie to me that this man was in an explosion with his child and they both survived. His child just had small brains on her face. Like, I thought at the very least it would be like, oh, we reanimated her in a lab. Like, I get it, they're like, no, she's like, oh, she can copy or whatever. But I didn't explain how she's alive. It didn't explain. And also, why did she seem to... Anyway, maybe the father showed her pictures like, this is the one that tried to kill us, maybe. Who knows? I just felt very disrespected. The first time, like, after watching it, I was like, this movie is fine, right? Then after some time passed, I started feeling more and more disrespected. Like, these people really think I'm stupid. These people really think I'm a fool.
I didn't even want to talk about the whole pheromones thing because it just gave me so much internal conflict.
You know, I started feeling very disrespected. And I went from saying this movie is fine to it's mediocre. And it's a very mediocre offering. As someone who does not enjoy Scarlett Johansson as a person, I really feel like her character deserved a little bit more respect. I feel it was very, like, at the very least, give us a villain. Like, even if they went with the signature Marvel trope of, in like origin stories where the person's powers are mirrored, like there's an identical villain type of trope situation, like in Ant-Man and Black Panther, where they were basically fighting people with similar powers. Like, I don't mind if they went that route, but it just felt so stupid to me. It gave me flashbacks of Wonder Woman 19 what? I don't remember. Yeah, it gave me flashbacks of Wonder Woman, and I just felt so annoyed. I feel like the villain himself he's just a narcissist. Like, which I guess most villains are. But like, I was just so underwhelmed, you know? I don't understand why he had so much power. I guess because like he said, no, people use my widows, like they hire them or whatever. Fine. But I don't understand I just don't understand. I don't understand. It's like they really expected us to fill in most of the blanks ourselves. And I mean, I feel so unsatisfied, disrespected, and underwhelmed by it. I'm telling you, if Florence did not play Elena the way she did, we were not going to enjoy this movie. Because this movie had many jokes that fell flat, like I said earlier. So many ridiculous things that were thrown in to entertain us, but then there was no logical explanation. Going back to the whole Taskmaster thing, I feel like they could have just not wasted such a great character and just made his daughter into a masked up, widow, or she could have even had no mask, because obviously Natasha did not know who she was, did not know what she looked like. She would have just seen this person with a brain on the face, and I don't think it would have clicked immediately until she saw who the boss was. I think that would have been it would have made a little bit more sense to us. But yeah, they wasted another character. They Deadpooled him. Those of you that aren't aware, in Wolverine, which Wolverine movie was it where they bastardized Deadpool? It was just so bad. But I feel like that's what they did to Taskmaster, because yeah, I think there are just too many characters in the MCU. They don't know what to do, and they really want to make fans want to watch the movies, so they end up just throwing in characters, and it's just like, relax, take your time. You've got so much material. Just do a good job. Hire directors that are good at action movies, that are good at blockbusters, handling such big budgets. You can find a female director that is good at directing blockbuster movies, like, you know what I mean, who is good at directing action movies. Just do your research. Don't just pick someone because, oh my god, this person does so many. Like, I think the same thing happened for Ava DuVernay when she, directed that movie. What is it? I can't remember what it's called. I'll put the picture here. The same thing happened to her. Oprah was like, yeah, great director. You need to do this movie. You need to direct this movie. But at the end of the day, yes, Ava DuVernay is a fantastic director, but she was underqualified to take on that fantasy, huge, 3/4 of the time green screen movie. Ava DuVernay is fantastic in telling real human stories. You know what I mean? Like, she's so good at that. And I think it really, like, people tend to hurt more than help sometimes, because really, this director, I feel like her credibility would be called into question now, when that's not even fair. because people are making fun of her. They're like, who is this woman? She's from nowhere. She didn't have a good enough portfolio. Like, they're saying all sorts of horrible things about her, and I don't think it's her fault. I think she was very much bamboozled and tricked into directing this movie, to be honest. She was really, like, actors are great. We thank you so much for your service in bringing characters to life, but at the end of the day, not all actors should have a say on production, because not all actors are writers, not all actors are directors, and even still, not every single director has the ability to direct every single kind of movie on this earth. You know what I'm saying? And for that, the movie greatly suffered. I feel like they should have, to be honest, and it may be controversial, I feel like they should not have even just made a Black Widow movie, in my opinion. If this is the nonsense that they were brewing, because I remember when the trailer came out, I was like, why are they making this movie? Why? There's so many other interesting characters. Like, I feel like Natasha, we know her, we've seen her throughout the movies. I don't think there was much for us to learn about her, but there's so, if you're going to be, the argument is like, well, we want a female superhero movie or whatever. I feel like there's so many other characters that deserve movies, like standalone movies. And I think with time, if Marvel decides to stop holding on to this first phase of characters that they made blow up, if they allow people to tell them what they want to see, characters that they want to see, I think they'll do a better job. That being said, even though it sounds very negative what I've said, I did really enjoy the characters. I did really enjoy Yelena. She was funny. She had such a great personality. I liked the excuse for where Black Widow got that ugly vest from that she was wearing in Endgame. Thank you so much for laughing at yourselves and letting us know where that came from. I'm also very excited to see I'm very excited that Yelena is going to be in Hawkeye, because I was just like, what is this Hawkeye going to be about? And to be honest, I feel like maybe they should have just made a series about Black Widow instead of a movie. You know, I think a series would have been better, more cohesive. They would have been able to find a timeline that they were willing to work with, you know, from the comic books. I think it would have been better. As we've seen, most of them, all the series have come out to great reviews. So I feel like they should have gone down that route. I'm excited to see Yelena and in Hawkeye, because I was also just like gonna be like, what is Clint going to tell us? Like, what interesting thing? We know he's just grieving. Like, Clint is dramatic. It's very much that anime angst of, it's my fault. Like, nigga, it's not your fault. You just lost a fight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very interested to see, because I can guarantee you he's going to be like, yeah, Yelena, kill me. Yeah, I killed your sister. And it's like, Clint, no, you just lost the fight. Literally. What else did I like about the movie? I thought it was cute. The moments where the family was there, it was cute. I do enjoy campy, adorable things like that. I did enjoy watching the prison escape thing. Even though people were like, oh my god, innocent people are in prison. They're gonna die from the avalanche. I think they'll be fine. They're indoors. Everyone says that when you're in the avalanche, you go under something so that the snow goes over it. I don't think they were crushed by the snow. I think they'll be fine. They'll be dug out. I think it's not that deep. But like, anyway, I don't know. Me, I live in Southern Africa, so I don't know how avalanches work. But like, yeah. What else? Yeah, that's basically it for me. Please let me know your thoughts on this movie in the comments below, because I really want to know if I'm the only one that felt disrespected. Like, I don't even want to give it a rating, because I feel very disrespected. I feel like Rotten Tomatoes genuinely is bought by Disney. Please don't assassinate me, Disney. But I'm pretty sure they're bought by Disney, because I don't understand how it's 81%. I don't understand it. I genuinely don't understand. Like, respect me. Respect me. Like, you're not going to lie to me that that movie is 81%. You're not gonna lie to me that it's 81% because it's just so mediocre. So Disney, please don't lie to us. We know you've got the critics in your pocket. We know. But anyways, it be what it be. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.